Hello and welcome back to our channel Forensic Science Public Desk India, and this topic is about injuries and wounds, and it is 11th lecture of Forensic Medicine UGC NET Forensic Science. Let's proceed into the topic. So first, definitions. What is injury? Any harm, whatever it is, illegally caused to any person in body or mind, reputation or property can be called as injury, and when it is only for body, this particular thing will be called as trauma. So any harm or any infliction of injury is done onto a body, then it is called as trauma, which will be coming into the section 44, and that is illegal. Okay, and coming to wound, clinically it means any injury where there is a breach of natural continuity of a skin or mucous membrane. In medico legal terms or medico legal practice, the term wound and injury are synonymous, but strictly wound will include any lesion, external or internal, cause of violence with or without breach of continuity of skin. So many of the injuries will be involving the discontinuity, that means damaging the skin, breaking the skin and causing the bleeding will be the injury. And but in the case of contusions it is different, only bruises can be seen in case of contusion, so that is also regarded as injury. There are certain IPC sections given for injuries. So if you see the 319, it is definition for simple hurt. That means causing any kind of simple hurt which will be causing the pain, which will be causing certain kind of damage to the individual. So that can be called as simple hurt, which can be cured or which can be healed. When it is coming to the grievous hurt, means which cannot be healed easily, which will be giving permanent impairment or deformity or causing the blindness or causing emasculation, etc., will be coming into the grievous hurt. Coming to 321 IPC, it is voluntarily causing the harm. So you know that you are going to cause some kind of harm, then also you are doing that activity, then it will be coming under voluntarily causing harm. And 322, voluntarily causing grievous hurt. So harm is related to simple hurt definition, and grievous hurt is related to 320 IPC section grievous hurt definition. And coming to 323 IPC section, it is a punishment for voluntarily causing hurt, which will be of 1 year and 1000 rupees can be the compensation amount. Then 324 IPC deals with voluntarily causing hurt by dangerous weapons like axe, gun or the knife, which will be giving the punishment up to 3 years. And coming to 325, punishment for voluntarily causing grievous hurt will be giving the punishment up to 7 years, which will be dealing with 320, and it is punished under 325. And 326 is amended in 2013 Amendment Act, which is divided into 326A, which says the acid attack, and for both 326 mainly is voluntarily causing grievous hurt by dangerous weapons or means like acid, corrosive material, or you can take any weapon which is a very dangerous to handle. So those all are coming into this, and the punishment is around 10 years. And 327 IPC, voluntarily causing hurt to extort property or to constrain an legal act, then it is coming under section 327 and punishment is of 10 years. Mechanism of cause of injury. How actually the injury will occur due to the application of energy in whatever form depends on physical degree, area, duration and direction of force which is applied. And if you see biological factors like mobility of the part, so how the coordination and biomechanical properties are there in the particular tissue. So this particular biomechanical factors will be depending, so your head tissue will be different, and tissue on your buttocks will be different, and on the chest it will be different, like that biomechanical factors will be affecting the injury. So different tissues have varying properties of elasticity. Elasticity means tendency of stressed material to regain its unstressed condition. Okay, and what is plasticity? Tendency to remain in stressed condition. Okay, then viscosity means resistance to change the shape and when it is stressed. So buttocks, when it is stretched, it is having high viscosity. Okay, plasticity, when it is applied like in the finger webs, if it is applied it will be having certain plasticity. So the extent of consisting this plasticity will be giving the elasticity. Okay, then we are having a different tissues, therefore have different elastic limits. Elastic limit is also can be called as tolerance, and are vulnerable to different stresses. So injury occurs when energy is applied and that energy is exceeding the actual elasticity and elastic limit of the tissue will be causing the injury. Classification of injuries and wounds. So it can be classified based on various factors like causative factors or severity or nature of the injury or time of infliction. So coming to the causative factors or medical legal importance, we are having abrasions, bruises, lacerated wounds, incised wounds, stab wounds, firearm wounds, etc. in mechanical and physical injuries. And there are certain other injuries caused because of blunt force trauma and sharp force trauma, like example hammer and knife. Then we can also see thermal injuries which are caused due to application of heat or application of cold, and chemical injuries can be seen because of irritation and corrosion due to the chemicals, and miscellaneous injuries due to electrical injury, radiation injury, lightning injury, blast injury can be seen. So next category can be the due to severity of injury. Legally you can say it as simple injury or grievous injury. Both the sections are different. So normal hurt is different, normal grievous hurt is different. Okay, and when it is coming to based on the nature of injuries, it can be divided into suicidal, homicidal, accidental, defense wounds, fabricated or self-inflicted. Then we can see based on time of infliction, we can divide it into antemortem, that means recently or before the death it occurred, and when it is postmortem, after the death it has occurred. What are various types of injuries, and we have to understand the particular diagram of skin first. So skin will be having first layer of epidermis, which is again subdivided into various stratum layers, and you can see the dermis layer. There also you can see derma papillae, papillary and reticular in that, and subcutaneous tissue can be seen where the nerve endings and the blood vessels will be seen. So where the nerve endings and blood vessels are seen, if particular layer is damaged, then the pain can be sensed by the individual. Then this particular layer is responsible to cause the bleeding. So when the damage of epidermis or dermis is been seen, only little amount of blood can be seen and very little pain will be there. Okay, so when it is reaching to the level of muscle, so the damage will be increased and heavy bleeding can also be observed. So this is how we can understand by seeing the skin layers. So not only the skin layer is been involved in the injuries, we can also expect the bones and also muscles. Then if you are seeing some of the material and objects which are causing the injuries, pin, it can cause a small pin hole injury, and you can see if it is rubbed onto the skin, it can cross in abrasion, or if you are seeing hammer, contusion can be occurred, and if it is a stick you can see the bruises, and if it is a brick, laceration or fracture can be seen onto the bone, and if it is knife, incised wound or stab wound can be observed. This is very basic classification which you can understand very easily. So this particular injuries by so and so weapons, how it is been caused and what are the terminology. So in our daily life, right from our childhood till now, we have came across various types of injuries and how they have caused and what, how you can understand them. It is very easy to you understand. So let's begin understanding each and every type of injury in a very basic manner by seeing various images. An abrasion is defined as a superficial injury induced the displacement of any only epidermis in skin by friction. So you can see in this particular injuries only epidermis is mostly damaged. You have to remember. So first one image is a scratch abrasion which will be only giving a small scratch. So and again you can see graze abrasion which will generally occurring in the accidents. So many times in UGC net the questions are asked regarding the graze abrasions. So you can see the image of graze abrasion here. Then brush burns with contusion marks. So in heavy accidents then you can see the brush where you can see the bruises and contusions as well along with the abrasions, and imprint abrasions due to the gravel. When accident occurred, if there is any rock or very severe hard material on the road, then those material will be causing the epidermal injury, so that will be called as the abrasion. Then rope burns or pressure abrasions can be seen in the two cases where strangulation occurred. So in these particular cases the rope ligature occurred, and the particular arrow marks are seen in the first image, and the second image is completely saying about the pressure. So don't misunderstand between the graze abrasion. So generally abrasions means many people will think about the graze abrasions which will be generally seen in our daily life, but there are abrasions which can also be caused because of a ligature, and imprint abrasions you can see because of the tire marks. So this image is given due to the tire marks only where the epidermal skin is damaged. Pseudo abrasion means it is not actually abrasion, it is a misleading lead to medicine doctor where the ants or insects are damaging the upper epidermal layer so that it will be appearing as the pseudo abrasion. So this is a post-mortem change because after the death the insect is attacking and it is doing such kind of thing. Abrasions continued, and age of abrasions can be learnt. Bright red relation is there, then it is freshly produced within 1 hour or 2 hour. And if blood and lymph which dries up forms scab, so it is still wet but it is blocking the blood bleeding. It is been 12 hours to 24 hours. Scab turns into brown color, it will take 2 to 3 days. So it is not so particular, it depends upon the size of the abrasion. So generally abrasions are epidermal. So determination of time since the injury is very easy in the case of abrasion. Scab dries, shrinks and falls off within the 7 days. Very easy concept, you have already experienced many times maybe. And medical legal importance can give the clues on site of impact and direction of force, can be only the external sign of severe internal injury, can help to identify causative weapon like imprint, abrasion, tire marks or any other pressure is applied, can help to determine time since injury, it is very easy to identify that. And if any other injuries like stab wound or contusions, if anything occurred like contusion, it is very difficult to identify the time. So at that time if we are also having the abrasions along with those injuries, we can identify the time of infliction of these injuries easily. Can help to assess the motive, ligature mark or hanging or strangulation or whatever it is. The motive you can understand by seeing these particular abrasions. Abrasions may also be developed on a cadaver after the postmortem is can be seen due to the insect attack or due to dragging the body onto a rough surface. This particular thing may also cause the abrasions. Contusion, or also known as bruises or hematoma. A contusion is a hemorrhage into the skin or into the tissue, under the skin or both, as a result of rupture of small blood vessels, especially capillaries, by a blunt impact. So blunt impact, by this you can understand the surface is soft, it is not rough. If it is rough, you will be getting the injuries like abrasion. So if it is sharp, you will be getting injuries like the chop wounds or incised wounds, etc. So this particular injury will be damaging the internal parts of the skin, like you can see the subcutaneous layer. If it is damaged, the blood bleeding will occur and you can see the color change onto the skin. And if it is damaging the muscle, then the muscle will be damaged, and the blood vessels which are supplying blood to the muscle will be getting damaged, and they will be giving the bleeding, and this bleeding will be coming onto the skin and we can see the color change. Okay, and we are having the patterned injury. Superficial means it is onto the skin. Deep means till the level of bone or somewhere it is not visible, or some inside organ, so especially in the part of abdomen. If any contusion kind of impact is done, blunt impact is done onto the abdominal part or on the head part, then internal injuries will occur into the brain or into the cranial organs or into the abdominal organs, and contusion will occur, and internal bleeding will occur. So this will not be easily visible. So patterned means using a belt or stick and inflicting the injury on an individual, and he can be seen with certain types of bruises. So what are the various factors which are affecting the appearance of contusion? So age can be a factor. So young people, one who are very good skin tone will be there, and very elastic skin will be there on them, the contusions can be seen very easily. And sex, female will be having more contusions easily than the male. And the color of the skin is also playing important role. When it is a dark colored people, then the contusion color will be turning its color into dark color very easily. If it is white people, or if they are fair in color, then what will happen, red color will be easily visible as soon as some small pressure is applied. So gravity shifting of the blood is also one of the thing. If the injury is onto the backside, and the more blood will be flowing into the backside, like that, wherever the gravitational pull is there towards that side, the blood will be flowing and causing the appearance of contusion. And age of the contusions or bruises is indefinite. We cannot determine when it has happened, though we can have particular study about when the bruises or contusions occur. So if it is contusion, it is easy. Bruises or injuries due to the belt or the stick, it is little difficult. Coming to artificial fabricated bruises, we can see using this irritant substances like plants, so calotropis or datura or any other marking nut. You can see anacardium carpus, this particular plant, if you see, they put on the skin, you will be seeing red coloration due to these particular poisons called irritant poisons. So this will be giving the abrasion kind of things or the condition kind of things. Then PM bruises also occur even up to 3 hours after the death. So the person is dead and we are inflicting certain kind of injuries or impact of certain pressure onto them, then also this particular injuries can be seen. Contusions. Age of contusions. Bright red swollen tendon can be seen. It is freshly produced. If you are seeing bluish color, then it is a few hours or 3 days, and bluish brown color is there, then it is of 4 days. Greenish color is there only, then it is 5 days. Yellowish color 5 to 7 days, and if it is normal 3 weeks. So you can remember this. This is a kind of matter which you have to remember. And then medical legal importance. Causative weapons can be easily identified by seeing the type of injury and how it is inflicted, and time since injury is depended upon the color change if it is shown, and this particular thing is influenced by the factor like color of the skin and the degree of violence, how much violent the case was, and the characteristics and manner of injury. Bruising of inner aspects of thigh genitalia is suggestive of rape or such other sexual offences. Bruises of shoulder pad or suggestive of assault or struggle. So this particular condition matters can be seen, and these are the medical legal important points. Lacerations. A laceration is the disruption of continuity of tissue produced by stretching or crushing type of blunt forces. So actually the weapon which is used to cause this type of injuries, the weapon is not so sharp. It is a little rough in nature and it is having the sharp edge actually. So this will be causing different kinds of types. So split laceration can be seen. The incised kind of laceration, it will be not having so much damage. It will be like incised but it is laceration, like you can see the right side corner image. And stretched laceration can be seen next to that onto the head. So that is looking like the incised but also it is laceration, it is stretched. So where the damage will be giving more breadth to the injury. And avulsion laceration is giving the complete movement, so complete skin will be removed off because of the tearing and the pressure which is applied onto the in movement of the body. So when the laceration occurred and during the laceration, if body is moved or the weapon is moved, then the avulsion lacerations can be seen. That is the last image. So what is the medical legal importance? Lacerations can provide clues regarding the motive of injury. So if you see, if there are any severe kind of weapons which are used, then you can identify the motive. Actually if you are seeing the right corner image, that is not a simple laceration. This laceration is caused because of a bullet. So it is not any kind of a weapon like knife or axe. It is a simple bullet which has just passed. Okay, then next, foreign matter in wound could give clues about the weapon. And skin flap which overhangs the cut margin can also give us the clues related to the how injury occurred. So not only the injury, what are the other body parts? If it is accident, you want to identify whether it is accident or any other violent kind of case, then you have to relate the case, relate the injury with the other injuries. Incised wound. An incised wound is a clean cut through tissue by an object with sharp cutting edge. So if you have habit of working in kitchen, then you might be having very good knowledge about the incised wound. It is a very simple injury which may cause because of the knife which you use. So if the injury is inflicted onto a normal epidermis, then the age can be identified. If the depth is very less, then the age can be like in one day it will be fresh, and in the second day it will be healed, no pain will be there, and the third day it will be completely healed. So depending on the depth, again the age of incised wound will be differing. If more depth is there, then the recovery will be taking the double the time. Okay, so like that we can determine the age of incised wound. Sir, both laceration and incised wounds are looking different. So how they are different actually? So if you see the laceration wound, in that particular cut, the irregular margin will be there and tissue bridges will be there. Okay, the tissue will be connected to other side and this side tissue will be connected to the other side. So like that the tissue connectivity will be there, but in incised wound it is not like that. Simple clean cut will be there and the margin will be very straight in level. There will be no regularity will be there. Okay, then coming to medico legal importance, the wound may have to be distinguished from incised like laceration. So this particular thing should be remembered. And if it is suicidal, then the hesitation cuts can be seen and then the particular main cut can be seen. So one who is committing the suicide, he will be trying to cut, and in that particular activity he will be inflicting small injuries first and he will be doing a very deep injury after complete strong decision. When it is coming to defense cuts on the forearm onto the right side, onto the dorsal side of the forearm, we can see the incised wounds. When somebody is attacking the individual with the knife or any other sharp edged objects, then the defense wounds will occur inside the in the palm, on the forearms dorsal side, on onto the main arms, also onto the back side. So this particular things which are seen are defense wounds, and these are also called as struggle wounds. Stab wounds. Stab wounds are normal injuries which are generally occurred when the person is attacking in homicidal way. And stab wounds are wounds produced by sharp pointed objects penetrating the skin and underlying structures. So characteristics which we have to note while observing the stab wounds are gaping. So how much gap is there? So by seeing the gaping, you can understand the breadth and the thickness of the weapon which is used, and length, how much length it is. So depending on the length you can identify the breadth of the weapon. Okay, and breadth, so how much breadth is there, it will also determine the weapon type and its size and its dimensions whatever are there. Depth means it will be giving the length of the weapon which is used. Margins, if it is very clear and very definite regular margins are there, then you can say the weapon which was used was very sharp. And directions will be giving us in which direction the infliction occurred, and if it is straight away, then the length of the particular weapon can be determined easily. Coming to the classification of stab wounds, punctured wound can be seen. So punctured means it is not damaging the internal organs level. Okay, only till the muscular level, only till muscular level the damage is occurring, that is called as punctured wound. And when it is coming to penetrated wound, it is going inside the organal level. That means if I'm stabbing someone and I'm crossing the abs muscles and I'm damaging the stomach and damaging the peritonitis cavity, so that is a penetrating wound. When it is coming to perforating wound, from one end to the other end the weapon is passing through, then it is called as perforating wound. Perforating wound is a combination of puncture and the penetrating wound. Then coming to medical legal importance of this particular injuries, the wound could give clues about the motive. So if anybody is having revenge or they want to murder a person wantonly, then multiple stabs can be seen as like in this image. And the type of weapon, if it is used, can also be identified by seeing the injury. So the injury which you are seeing in the multiple stab wounds, it could be a knife. So like that, by seeing the type of thing you can compare. And the above image also you can see stab wound and alleged weapon for assault of comparison. So what they have done is, actually the wound was appearing like the below image. What they have done, they applied a tape onto it and they closed it, and after that they are comparing the width and length of the particular weapon with the injury what is inflicted onto the body. So like that we can compare the weapon dimensions along with the dimension of the injury. Then time since injury can also be identified by the level of healing in the injury. Vedanta murder. Vedanta murder means the person who is having the revenge on the particular victim, and he is inflicting the stab wounds in a crisscross manner and damaging the particular facial parts, or also appearing his appearance is damaged because of the stab wounds, then it is called as Vedanta murder. And concealed puncture wounds are also seen in some kind of murders, so where they will be using small pins or some small needles which will be causing the stab wounds onto the very crucial parts of the body, like onto the heart or onto the any other important body parts like spleen, kidney, etc. So it will be many times not understood or not determined by the doctor. So one who is having very good experience about various kinds of injuries, then concealed puncture wounds can also be identified easily. Chop wounds or chop lacerations. So chop wounds are injuries produced by a blow with sharp cutting edge of a fairly heavy weapon like axe, hatchet or saber. So you can imagine a axe. So taking that and inflicting the injury on a person. So this first image, the infliction of injury onto the head or onto the face or onto the head. So you can see the characteristics in the third image very clearly. If the chop wound is occurred, then you can easily determine that it is because of heavy sharp edged weapon. So the margins will be clear and the cut will be large, and it will be damaging the muscle as well as sometimes the bone also. So then you can see chop wound onto the skin in the next image and onto the hand as well, on back side of the hand. So these are the examples of chop wounds and medical legal importance. Majority of these particular injuries are caused in the homicidal case and these are deadly. A few are accidental due to the machinery such as propeller injuries. So when who are working in factories or industries, there they can see this particular chop wounds as well, and very rarely they could be suicidal. So very rare it is, and wound examination could reveal clues regarding the causative weapon. So by seeing the infliction of the injuries, you can sometimes identify the weapon which was used. Thank you for watching the video. In next video we will be discussing about further other types of injuries and wounds. I hope you have understood the topic here.